Henosis, a term derived from the Greek word phenein, phenein, meaning unity or oneness, is a profound concept in Neoplatonic philosophy that speaks of the mystical union of the individual soul with the One, the ultimate source of all existence. This union transcends the boundaries of individual identity and intellect, calling for a return to the primal, undivided source of the universe. This concept is not just an abstract philosophical idea but an experiential journey that many mystics, philosophers, and spiritual seekers have engaged in throughout history. For the Neoplatonists, particularly Plotinus, Henosis was not simply an intellectual exercise but a transformational process that required inner purification, contemplation, and ascetic discipline. It was seen as the ultimate goal of human existence, not only to understand the nature of the One but to merge with it. While the idea of Henosis is often shrouded in the esoteric and mystical, its profound implications for the soul's journey toward unity and transcendence have resonated through many ancient and modern traditions alike. Despite being rooted in ancient philosophy, the relevance of Henosis in the modern world, a world often dominated by a fragmented sense of self and a pursuit of material success, is striking. Today, individuals are increasingly faced with issues of identity, disconnection, and a search for deeper meaning. The timeless wisdom of Henosis offers a path that transcends ego, invites profound self-realization, and fosters a deep sense of interconnectedness that is desperately needed in the modern age. Henosis first emerged in the philosophical teachings of Plotinus, the founder of Neoplatonism, who lived during the 3rd century CE. Plotinus, influenced by the teachings of Plato, sought to systematize and deepen the ideas of his predecessor. In his work The Enneads, Plotinus outlines his view of the cosmos, which is structured in a hierarchical manner, with the One at the pinnacle. The One is the absolute source of all being, beyond all categories of thought, existence, and even meaning. It is beyond intellect, beyond definition, and beyond duality. In essence, the One is ineffable, beyond comprehension, and is the foundation of all that is. From the One emanates all other realities, first the realm of nous intellect, then the world soul, and finally the material world. For Plotinus, the goal of human existence was to return to the One. This return is not a mere intellectual ascent but a spiritual and mystical union, a process of purification, detachment, and contemplation that leads to Henosis, or union with the divine. Plotinus speaks of this union as the final goal of the soul, where it transcends its individuality and returns to its true source. This journey toward unity involves shedding all that is temporary, external, and distracting, and moving toward the deepest levels of reality. Plotinus viewed the human soul as inherently connected to the One. However, through its descent into the material world, the soul becomes entangled in the distractions of the body, desires, and ego. The process of Henosis involves the soul's journey back to its origin, a journey facilitated by philosophical contemplation, ascetic practices, and spiritual discipline. The journey toward Henosis is a transformational process that requires the soul to undergo significant change and purification. The first step in this process is recognizing the fragmentation of the soul. The material world, with its distractions, illusions, and attachments, has caused the soul to forget its true nature. This disconnection from the One is what causes suffering, confusion, and a sense of alienation in the world. Philosophical contemplation plays a key role in this process. Through contemplation, the soul begins to turn inward, seeking to understand the deeper truths of existence. It gradually detaches itself from the sensory world and the desires of the ego, which have long governed its actions. In this contemplative state, the soul moves closer to nous, the realm of intellect, where it can begin to perceive the unity of all things. As the soul moves further along this path, it must also undergo a process of purification. This purification involves detaching from the material world, transcending the ego, and silencing the distractions of the senses. The individual must reject false identities and let go of attachments to power, status, wealth, and external validation. This process is not easy and requires significant discipline and self-awareness. The body, in the Neoplatonic system, is seen as a hindrance to the soul's union with the One. The material world, with its sensory distractions and desires, keeps the soul focused on the impermanent and the fleeting. In the process of Henosis, the soul must detach from the body and the sensory experience, recognizing that true knowledge and union come from the intellect and the higher faculties of the soul. Plotinus and other Neoplatonists emphasize that the sensory world is an illusion, a mere reflection of the deeper realities that lie beyond it. By turning away from the senses and toward the intellect and the soul's inner faculties, the individual is able to rise above the world of appearance and glimpse the true unity of all things. This view is deeply spiritual and metaphysical, seeing the body not as inherently evil but as a tool that can either aid or hinder the soul's journey. Henosis, at its core, is about the soul's return to the One. It is a process of shedding all that is temporary and illusory and becoming one with the ultimate reality. This union with the One is not a merging of identities or an annihilation of individuality, but rather a return to the source from which the soul originally came. In this union, the soul experiences a profound peace, stillness, and bliss, a state beyond time, space, and thought. Plotinus described this experience as one of transcendence, where the soul rises above the limitations of the body, the mind, and the world. It is a moment of pure unity, a mystical experience of oneness with the divine. This union is ineffable and beyond description. It is something that must be experienced directly, through deep contemplation and spiritual discipline. Henosis in the context of other mystical traditions. While henosis is most closely associated with Neoplatonism, the concept of mystical union with a divine source has parallels in many other spiritual and religious traditions. In Hinduism, the idea of union with the ultimate reality, Brahman, is central to many schools of thought, especially in Advaita Vedanta, where the individual soul, Atman, is understood to be one with Brahman. In Buddhism, the concept of nirvana represents the cessation of suffering and the realization of unity with the ultimate truth. In Sufism, the mystical tradition of Islam, the experience of union with God is referred to as fana, the annihilation of the self and the divine. This experience is often described in similar terms to henosis, where the individual soul becomes absorbed into the divine presence, transcending all notions of separateness. In the modern world, where individualism, materialism, and technological distractions dominate, the concept of henosis offers a powerful antidote. Our contemporary society often emphasizes the pursuit of external goals, social validation, and the accumulation of wealth and status. Many people feel disconnected from their true selves, lost in a sea of surface-level experiences and shallow pleasures. Henosis, in contrast, calls us to turn inward, to discover our true nature, and to seek union with a deeper reality. The modern world's obsession with identity and self-image creates a fragmented sense of self. People are constantly seeking validation from others through social media, consumerism, and status. However, these external pursuits only deepen the sense of alienation and disconnection. The pursuit of henosis offers an alternative. It teaches that true fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from within, through the cultivation of inner peace, wisdom, and connection to the divine. In addition, the fast-paced nature of modern life, with its constant distractions and overwhelming demands, often leads to anxiety, stress, and a sense of inner fragmentation. Henosis provides a blueprint for overcoming this fragmentation, offering a path of personal integration, self-realization, and inner harmony. By engaging in practices of meditation, contemplation, and self-reflection, individuals can begin to reconnect with their deeper selves, transcending the chaos of the modern world. Henosis remains an immensely relevant concept in the modern age. In a world dominated by the pursuit of material success, the cultivation of external identities, and the distraction of technology, henosis offers a pathway back to inner unity, peace, and wisdom. It teaches us to transcend the false identities and egos we have constructed and return to our true nature, a nature that is one with the cosmos, united with the divine, and connected to all life. In a society that often fosters division, alienation, and disconnection, the idea of mystical union offers a timeless vision of holistic integration. By embracing the path of henosis, we can rediscover our deepest truths, and in doing so, find a more meaningful and harmonious way of being in the world. This exploration into henosis offers profound insights not only into ancient philosophical and spiritual traditions, but also into how these teachings can guide us through the complexities and challenges of modern life. Through this journey of inner transformation, we can find true peace and unity within ourselves and with the world around us.